What's up guys, Prepared Guy here once again. Today we're taking a look at the IF22A from Sofirn. Upon unboxing the Sofirn IF22A, you'll find the instruction manual, a C-type charging cable, a lanyard with some extra O-rings, an 18-650-21-700 size battery converter, the IF22A itself, and of course a 3.6 volt 5000 mAh 21-700 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. The IF22A is made of aerospace grade aluminum alloy, is IPX8 water resistant up to 2 meters, has an impact rating of 1 meter, and weighs in just under 200 grams or just under 7 ounces with the battery on board. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now, just in case I accidentally leave out any details, so pause the video here to see the manual and the box details. One really cool feature that stands out about the IF22A is the ability to also double as a battery bank that can charge your phone simply by using a C-type to C-type cable. Plug one end into the C-type charging port on the IF22A and the other into your phone, and bam, you've got emergency power in a pinch. During my runtime test, I ran the IF22A on the 2100 lumen turbo mode, which is supposed to step down to the 1000 lumen high mode after 45 seconds. But during my test, it stepped down to the 1000 lumen mode after 2 minutes of use and then ran on that output for about 2 hours and 31 minutes further until the battery completely depleted. During my thermal test in the turbo/high mode, the IF22 got up to a max thermal output of 141 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius after about 23 minutes of use, which was kinda hot if you ask me. Thank goodness for the ATR that protects the light from overheating after 55 degrees Celsius. In this case, I would say that it actually worked. During my recharge time test using my Anker 65 watt PowerPort 3, the IF22A recharged from completely depleted to full in 2 hours and 9 minutes, which exceeded the ideal recharge time in the manual, which stated by using a 5 volt 3 amp charger, it would recharge the battery to full in 2.5 to 3 hours depending on which size battery you were charging in the light, the 5000 mAh or the 4000 mAh. Now let's go over the modes, lumen outputs, and general operation of the IF22A. Alright guys, now we're going to go into the UI of this flashlight. I'm going to show you the simple button pushes. I'm going to show you the lockout mode first. While the light is off, press the side button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it's off. You're still going to be able to press it and get it to flash. This is just going to tell you that it's off. And then I'm going to hold it down. You're going to be able to go into that 1 lumen moonlight mode just by holding it down, just in case you forget how to use the flashlight and you still need a little bit of light. You got that. And plus, if this gets bumped in a bag, it's not going to burn anything. So that's always good. To turn it off, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you're out of the lockout mode. Now I have this in the stepping mode right now. So if I hold this, it's going to step into the different modes. There's also a ramping mode, and I'm going to show you how to use that in a second. But first, let's go over the lumen outputs. Hold this down. You're going into the 1 lumen moonlight mode with a runtime of 400 hours or 16 days and 16 hours. Press and hold the button again. It will step over to the 30 lumen mode with a runtime of 41 hours and 40 minutes. Press and hold the button again. It will step over to the 320 lumen mode with a runtime of 5.5 hours. Press and hold the button again, and it will step over to the 1000 lumen mode with a runtime of 2 hours and 25 minutes. And then you double click for the 2100 lumen mode with a runtime of 45 seconds before it steps down to the 1000 lumen mode. So very easy operation. If you want to use the strobe, 1, 2, 3, you can use that at any time when the light is off, when the light is on, it doesn't matter. A strobe is always accessible by 3 presses of the button. So also, if you want to switch modes from the stepping mode to the ramping mode, while the light is on, press 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's going to step over to the ramping UI. So I'm going to be able to ramp up and down. And when I go down all the way, it goes into that sweet spot, boom, and it stays there. Same thing with ramping up. I'm going to go all the way up to 2100 lumens, and it stops. There's no mucking about and trying to find that sweet spot. It just stops once it gets to the maximum or minimum lumen output. It's a very simple operation. Let's take this outside and see what it looks like in the beam shots. The IF22A has a max beam distance of 697 meters or 2,290 feet and a max candela of 121,333 CD on the 2,100 lumen turbo mode. The LED color tint is a cool white coming in at about 6,500K and utilizes a luminous SFT40 LED emitter. Okay guys, now we're outside and I'm going to test the 1 lumen mode. We're 20 feet away from the railing in front of me. This is the 1 lumen mode. And now we're going to bump it up to the 30 lumen mode. This is the 30 lumen mode from 20 feet away. And this is going to be the 320 lumen mode from 20 feet away. And now we're going to bump it up again to the 1000 lumen mode from 20 feet away. And now I'm going to double click. And now we are in the 2100 lumen mode from 20 feet away. And as you can see, this is one heck of a thrower. And all the way out there, past the trees, about 100 feet away. And we're going to take a step up. And I'll show you guys what this looks like. The side of the porch, that red marker out there that you guys see, that is 50 feet away from the current location. And behind that's another probably 30 to 40 feet roughly. So right at that tree line, we're talking about 100 feet from where I was before. So not too bad. Nice and bright. You see the beam on this thing? It's ridiculous. And I want to do a side-by-side comparison to show you guys. On the left, I have the IF22A, and on the right, I have the Warrior X Pro from Olight. As you can see, Warrior X Pro, the IF22A. So this is what they look like side by side, and I can already feel the Sofirn light getting extremely hot. It's almost unbearable to hold. So I'm gonna pause the test. You gotta think about it. It's only been about a minute and a half since I started this, and it is super hot. This is the low, medium, and high, and turbo, and I am about 150 yards from that tree line back there. I've got the IF22A on the right and the Olight Warrior X Pro on the left. As you can see, they've got a similar beam pattern. It's got a little bit more flood on the Warrior X Pro, but yeah, this thing's a thrower. It looks like a laser beam. You see that beam pattern is nice. Look at that. I'll do it right side by side with the Warrior X Pro. Very cool, guys, very cool. See these? That's what that looks like. I have Sofirn right here. That's what this looks like. That's what the pattern looks like. And I'm going to compare it now to the Warrior X Pro. I'm going to turn this Sofirn light off. I'm going to do the Olight Warrior X Pro. And now I'm going to do side by side, Warrior X Pro on the left, IF22A on the right, and that's what this looks like. My pros and cons for the IF22A are as follows. First, the pros. The IF22A is definitely a thrower that is very pocketable, except for it's a little bit bulky in the lens area, but it's the trade-off for having the extra throw. My second pro is the ability to charge your phone in a pinch using the flashlight itself. This made a huge impression on me, and I wish more companies would start implementing this feature on more flashlights. My only con for this light is it doesn't have a rear tail switch, which I really like to have on a thrower. That feature would have especially been beneficial for this particular model, since the momentary on feature would have assisted in minimizing the duration of time that the turbo mode stays on when in use. I found that double clicking the side switch to access the turbo mode caused the light to stay on longer than needed, whereas a momentary on tail switch would allow you to just spot your target and turn the light off in a more fluid fluid action. Otherwise, the light is more than adequate for my long distance flashlight needs. Coming in at about $40 on Amazon with a 1-year warranty from Sofirn, it's still 50% less money than most flashlights in its class without sacrificing the overall build quality. So if you're thinking about pulling the trigger on a Sofirn IF22A, then I would say do it with confidence, knowing that this light is Prepared Guy approved. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please head on over to my Facebook page and hit the like button and follow me to check out all the things that are happening behind the scenes each week as we explore new gear. And also don't forget to visit me at preparedguy.org to check out all the fun stuff I have going on over there as well. I'll leave a link to everything mentioned in this video down in the description. This has been Prepared Guy. Thanks for watching, and until next time guys, stay prepared.